Hello and welcome to week 5 of AC1520, the last week of managerial accounting and decision making. Remember that the week 5 will close on Sunday. There's no late work that is available after that point in time unless there's some unusual circumstance, in which case you would have to contact me on that. Therefore, get everything in through week 5, including week 5's work, as well as everything prior to week 5, meaning any types of late work. Now, if there's any problems, as a last minute problem, you want to get to me as soon as possible because the grades will push out of my hands on Tuesday following Sunday at the close of the week. So you want to check the grade book on Tuesday. I'm going to try to get the grades in there by Monday or early Tuesday morning. You want to check around Tuesday at noon and contact me immediately if there's any problems so that we can take a look at it before the day closes on Tuesday night, because then the grades are generally out of my hands. So keep that in mind as we go forward. Remember that the contact information is here with the email address, the phone number. The email address is probably the fastest way to get in contact with me. And we have one more office hours on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Not required, but that time is carved out for you if you have questions. Remember to call into the second number first, and then we can then use this software to work any problems together if we so need to. So I'm going to scroll down to the current week that we are in, which will be week 5, the final week of the class. And we, of course, have the objectives. We've got the topics. We've got the lessons. We'll be covering Chapter 25, Budgeting and Managerial Decision Making. That's the only chapter we'll be covering on this week, which is one, so we're not going to be covering another chapter. So we might have a little bit more time to pick up some late work at this time if you need to do so. Remember that you have your links here that you could go to. And those links are going to either this page here or the YouTube page. Now, most of them are uploaded on the YouTube page. So if you wanted to just go straight to the YouTube page, it might be easier in some ways, or it might work better on some devices. And then scroll down to Charter here, and we are in 1520. And then you could go down and you could look for the chapters that we are in here. That might be faster to do it in that way. So just be aware that those are available to you if you want to take a look at it through that format. So then we've got the discussion forums on down. That's what we need to do for the week, the discussion forums on down. And remember that most of the work is going to be in the McGraw-Hill's Connect, but not all the work is always there in terms of being listed out. Although not much of the work, or not all the work, will be in Moodle Rooms, it will all be listed out in Moodle Rooms. So you want to make sure to check everything off in Moodle Rooms, although much of the work will be done in McGraw-Hill. So of course the discussion forums is an example of something that will be done in Moodle Rooms rather than in McGraw-Hill. And what you want to do on the discussions, get at least 4 posts. That's the minimum to get full credit. If there are 4 really good posts, you could get full credit with just 4 posts. But many students are going to need more than 4 posts because 4 posts is the minimum to get full credit. Therefore, I suggest posting more than 4, like 6 or 7 or whatever, to make sure that you accumulate upward to that full credit amount. Obviously, if you copy anything from Google or anything like that, make sure to reference it. Also, I would suggest and ask to recap that information in your own words whenever possible at the end, so that that'll give you the most kind of credits from that type of post. Also going to upload instructions for questions that are similar to test questions to help out with those. I think those could be helpful to work for the quizzes and could be helpful to others as well. So those you want to upload those and then see if you can tell what was easy about it, what was hard about it, to make it more of a discussion type of question. Okay, so we're going to go down. Then we have everything is basically in Connect from here down, meaning the assignments and the homework and the quiz and the final in this case. So if we scroll back up here, I'm going to go in the Connect. We are in week 5. And remember that these are going to be the Learn Smarts. They're going to have around 25 questions, so they should not have more than that. So make sure when you're done, you're done. You don't have to go back in there. And then we've got the longer assignments here, and as usual, the paperclip will have an Excel sheet. The Excel sheet is not required to be turned in, but it will include a link to a video to help out with this problem in this case, and it'll generally might have a example problem. And you could work it in Excel if you so choose, which is of course fun and exciting and good practice to do. Then we have the final. The final is going to be on chapters 23, 24, 25. We do not have late work. The final is worth the most amount of points. Make sure to pick up the final by the end of the week. Even if you don't feel completely ready on that, make sure to pick those points up. Going back to Moodle Rooms, going to scroll up to the top. We are going to go into the Gradebook green icon left-hand side. So remember, the grades are going to be due on the Sunday of each week, and then I have until Tuesday to enter the grades. Hopefully around noon I get them in there, if not before on Tuesday. So, for example, the week 4 will be due on Sunday, and then I have until Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday around noon. You want to go in here and check and make sure that that dash should then turn into 100%, hopefully, because everybody's looking to get 100% on the discussion forums. The quizzes will populate to whatever was in the Connect, and same with the assignments, same with the homework. So you should have a vision of what it's going to look like because you know what you did, and now you're going to see that that has been populated in accordance with what it should be. And then let me know if there are any problems or any discrepancies between the two. And then, of course, you're going to pick up anything with zeros in it. We want to pick those up in the final week, in week 5. Hopefully we have a little bit more time because we're only covering one chapter. And you want to get those in by the end of the week. And then, once again, by Sunday, the class will close at the end of week 5. And I will then grade everything that was done in week 5, including late work, as well as the work through week 5. And if anybody has any problems by the end of that, then let me know and we can make some last minute adjustments if we have to, because the grades won't be out until Tuesday. So if there's some unusual circumstance, let me know immediately, and we may be able to make some adjustments on a case-by-case basis. Then also, if there was some unusual circumstance that happened throughout this course and you need a 2-week extension, you can attempt to file for a 2-week extension. You can ask me about that if you so choose as well. Unusual circumstances usually being like some kind of doctor, like you went to the hospital or something, or someone in the family did, or there was something that's unusual this mod. Hopefully the ideal would be it was unusual this mod and it has been resolved, and therefore next mod it would not be a problem, and then you'd be able to make it up in the next 2 weeks. We can have a 2-week extension. That's how the argument would basically go. That's what you would petition. There is a petition in the portal, which is like this thing here, the portal, not Moodle Rooms. And you can go in there and petition and ask me if there's any questions with that. Other than that, then that's it for the final week. Have a good week 5. And then we have the instructor survey down here. This is mainly geared towards the instructor's performance and not geared so much towards things that the instructor does not have control over. So some of the things that the instructor does not have control over are the amount of material that's going to be in the course, the use of technology such as Connect, and the Moodle Room setup, how Moodle Room is set up. If you have questions about those things, then please put those into the comments in the survey, and I will relay those. Hopefully we can relay those to the design team, who is the one in charge of that type of stuff. The information that the instructor does have control over is basically how fast they get back to student comments, how much they're going to post to the discussion forum, to any added resources on top of the McGraw-Hill and Moodle Rooms added for use and benefit of students. Those are the types of things there. Charter College policy generally expects around a 90% for instructor performance on those.